Here's my audience of 3.5.
Thanks for being here today. Today we are going to discuss how to train your dog. All right, it's a very important topic to me. I have a dog. I've had my dog attacked by other dogs. I've been around a lot of dogs that aren't trained, so it's very important to me personally that dogs are trained. So today we're going to discuss first the importance of why dogs should be trained. 2, I'll go through some examples of training techniques and methods that you can try. And 3rd, we'll demonstrate a couple examples with my own dog of her obedience and ways that I've worked with her. So first, we'll go over the importance of why dogs should be trained. As I said before, my dog has twice been attacked by other dogs that were either off of leash and just weren't trained dogs, so they came up to us and attacked us. The owners couldn't get them off of them because they weren't trained very well. So it's very important in that respect that the dog is trained. Also, as we saw when we panned my audience, I have a little baby daughter. Dogs need to be trained when they're around children so that they don't harm them. They're a lot bigger, at least my dog is a lot bigger than my baby, so it's important that you are in command of the dog. So when the dog is with you, you tell the dog to sit, the dog sits, stay, it stays. Personally, I love it with my dog because I can let her off leash, she can run around, get lots of energy, and when I call her and tell her to come back, she comes back. When there are other people that aren't familiar with dogs or don't want her around, she'll listen to me instead of being overly excited. Because how many people here have ever been around a dog that was just too excited, was out of control, and just was not listening to its owner? Everyone here has experienced that? Yeah. How many people have experienced that with my own dog? Everyone here? Yeah. Okay. So it's still a work in progress. My dog's very high energy, very much energetic, but it's something we're working on all the time. So in the end, everyone prefers a dog that is well trained. Some people like dogs. I like when dogs jump on me, lick me, all that stuff. It's great, but not everyone's about that. So the dog needs to know when it's okay and when it is not. So now that we've gone over that, let's go through a couple techniques quickly about ways you can train your dog. Something you're going to hear me say over and over throughout this is that consistency is key. No matter what you do with the dog, whether it's the method of finding the motivation for your dog. Some dogs are very play-oriented. They like their toys. They like to run, jump, go after balls, whatever it is. That's a great way to train them. My dog is very food-oriented. So I use treats to train her. Whatever you do, stay consistent with it. The other way to stay consistent with your training is the method of when you give them the treat. Okay, so you don't give them the treat just because you say sit, 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 and after the 15th time they finally sit, so you give them a treat. That's not how it goes. You need to be consistent with they get the treat when they listen to you the first time. So let's see, what else can we do as far as the training method? So basically the dog can do almost everything you want them to do as far as sit, down, off. My dog will find her food for you, which is very helpful. When someone else is watching her, they can just say, "Where's your food?" She'll go find it right away, show them where it's at. So with that being said, let's go into how I actually train her and give you some live examples. So she's sleeping on her bed right now. Let's see if we can get her up and over here. Remy, come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah. So you always let them know you have the treat. Let them know it's time to train, especially at the beginning. They need to know, get in the mindset that it's time to train. So be consistent with that every time too. They need to know this is training time. This isn't just play time. And the more you go through the training time, they'll start to develop those habits throughout. Okay, so Remy, sit. Good girl. Yes. Good dog. Remy, down. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Remy, sit. Can you shake? Yeah, that's a good puppy. That's a good puppy. Yeah. So, that's kind of the basic things I've gone over with her. But another thing, it's kind of like with kids, it doesn't do a whole lot of good if the dog only listens to you. Okay, so the fourth part I forgot to mention with the training is that she needs to know who's in command. So she needs to always know that she needs to listen to me and my voice, and that I'm the one giving commands and she's the one that listens. But it's not always as effective if she only listens to me. If she doesn't listen to anybody else when she's out and around, every time I'm not around, she can just do whatever she wants. So it's important that she listens to other people. So we've been working on that with her lately too. So let's see how she does when we can get her with somebody else. See how well trained she is. All right. So you just call her over and give her the same commands I did.
Come here. Ready? She's already sitting. Ready? No. Down. Ready? Shake. Shake. Girl. Shake. That was mine.
All right. So as you can see, even through there, still something we're working on with her. But in the end, hopefully you're able to take away why it's important that your dog is trained. Hopefully I've given you a couple good tips about consistency while training, and that's helped you maybe with training your dog and showing you some live examples of how it works and seeing that it proved with my own dog. Hopefully you have learned something today, and thank you for your time.